Yes, guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Spurs Talk Show. I hope you're all happy and healthy. Super happy, super healthy, doing the things that you love with those you love to do them with. Guys, please do me some favors as you get stuck in, as you settle yourself in here to a cheeky little hour with Shawnee Boy. Please do smash the granny out the like button, hit the subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell, and drop a comment or two. Let me know your thoughts on today's show. We've got some interesting things to talk about. We've got to talk about the perfect headache that Thomas the Tank has got to deal with regards to the midfield battle going forward. I think it's going to be quite an interesting headache for him to solve. It's a conundrum when you've got the talent that we've suddenly starting to emerge in the midfield. Think back to last season, guys, and how, at times, how abject that midfield was in periods last year under Ange Postecoglou. It didn't really have any kind of spice. It didn't really have too much in the way of sort of structure. And at times against stronger opposition, it felt like we were getting passed through like Bonnie Blue. And it doesn't feel that way anymore. Instead, it feels like we have options galore. It feels like we've got the strongest bench that I've seen in years. And I mean years and years and years for our team overall. We've got players that are returning from injury. If we can keep these players relatively fit into December and then go again in January, solve the problems that we didn't solve, Ratatata, Destiny 5. How are you, my man? Good to see you, Feral Ferret, by the way. Good to see you as well, Akash. And you, Marsh. What's crack-a-lacking, people? What is crack-a-lacking? Do smash that like button. I forgot to mention, by the way, I've completely started without any of my usual repertoire or routine. Thank you to the wonderful people over at okjersey.com, where you can get the greatest and the rated replica shirts, all in your favourite colours, your favourite sizes. Go 2 sizes up because, us Westerners, a little bit bulkier, aren't we? And it is what it is. But go 2 sizes up for about £15, £16. I need to put my thing on. Here we go. That's what you need. Then you get the best prices in the game. You also get an 8% discount at checkout with code Sean, SEAN, as you can see it in the little blue bar, the blue banner. But guys, it's the night before Champions League. It's the night before the Champions League. So we got to talk about Villarreal. We got the preview for you. Who are we looking out for? Mikhail Tadzi. Remember him? Told you about him all summer. I'm hoping that I'm in the mud on that take and that he has a stinkfest tomorrow. But he's chasing 1 XG per game this season. 1 XG per game. He is incredible. He's a 9 that just dances around the place. He floats about a little bit the way like Mathys Tel did on Saturday, but with actual output and with creativity. He's very difficult to mark. You've got ex-Guna, Pepe. You've got ex-Bruges right wing-back, a Canadian right wing-back, or Canadian right winger now, who went to Inter, and now he's at Villarreal, has been on loan last season, and now he's there on the right-hand side. Tajon Buchanan, who when he's on, he is a counter-attacking threat like you haven't seen. He's already scored a hat-trick this season. We got to talk about those guys. We got to talk a little bit about Thomas Partey. The party's not over for him. Should be, or maybe, if the wheels of justice are turning correctly. And then you've got ex-Tottenham boy Juan Foyth as well. Experienced leader. Was a kid when he left us. A kid. Went on to win things. He had a very, very good career in the yellow shirt. Wonderful player. You got a centre-back next to him, Santiago Marino. Composed player. Good passer of the ball. They've got a decent shot stopper in goal in Lewis Jr. He's kept a lot of clean sheets in their early La Liga wins. Next to Thomas Partey, you got Danny Parejo. They've got some really good players, and they've got that very, very clever player, Alberto Malero, in the 10. Creative hub, likes to sync things up. We've got to talk about how we're going to factor in, how we're going to focus against them. Are they going to play more counter-attacking? I think so. We're going to talk a little bit about that. They did lose to Atletico Madrid a couple of days ago. Yes, they did, my man. And that's not something that my second team, Elche CF, is capable of doing. They actually got a draw on the first opening game of the season against Atletico Madrid. My club, undefeated in 4. Good to see you, Martin Walton. They sold their best 2 players from last season. I don't think they have much to trouble us now. They got a few bits and pieces, mate. They have got a few bits and pieces. We'll talk about that, though. We will talk about that. Are they going to play a 4-4-2? Are they going to 4-2-3-1? What are they going to do? It will be interesting. It will be interesting. Yeah, they have got that arsehole in the CDM, and you know he's always going to put it on against Tottenham, isn't he? He's a real handful. And that's why I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the midfield sort of trouble, right? So we're going to get into it. As I say, smash the like, hit the subscribe, notification bells, and comments. All of that stuff should be accessed. Do it, do it, do it. Please, appreciate you very much. Also, get over to OK Jersey. Get yourself a shirt. Christmas, whatever you want to do with it, it's up to you. I'm not your dad. I'm not telling you what you want to do with it. Maybe you want to clean your car with it. Maybe you want to wear it, in the bedroom. Maybe you want to get the missus to wear it in the bedroom. Now, that's a little bit of a rat-a-tar-tar, isn't it? A bit weird, maybe, but also a bit cool, spicy, whatever you're into, do it. But, guys, if you are interested in this stuff, but you'd rather listen or watch it on the podcast format when you're out walking the wife, then you can do so on Spotify. You can watch it back, and you can listen to it on Apple Pods and Amazon and all those platform jams, if that's your thing. So please do go over there. And the links are in the description. And give us a 5-star rating, please. It really does help. And a follow. Don't ask for much. I don't know much, but I know I love you. Is Kolo Muani playing tomorrow? Today. He's not playing today. Tomorrow he might be playing Norman. Norman Nyamhunga. What a name. Double N. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Tell me more, Shawnee boy. About what? About your bedroom habits. About your bedroom habits, Simo. Afternoon, AJ. How are we feeling? It's Monday. And it's Champions League. The champion. Da, 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 da. Can't wait. But we have to talk about this, Akash, right? We have to talk about this. I've also got quotes for you from Romero, and I've got quotes for you from Thomas Frank in the pre-match presser that we can tar our way through. I've just about cracked open a cider. I hope you don't mind. I don't care if you do mind. Get over it. It's not your cider. It's my cider. It's not your body. It's mine. Don't tell you what to drink. Anyway. Oi, you saucy bugger. Nah. Not me, mate. Not me. I couldn't put on those shirts during sex. I'd look like a bloody walrus if I was wearing the away kit. Is that a seal or I don't know, whatever. What's happening, Voxaholic Afternoon, Sean? Don't follow Spanish football, so I have no clue how good Villarreal are. But would they be a top 6 club in the Premier League? No. They're probably like a Crystal Palace type, sort of, or like a Forest level caliber. They're a good team, though. They are a good team. In fact, I'll show you some of their more recent systems. I mean, Google have got them playing 4-4-2, which I don't really think they do play. I think they play more of a 4-2-3-1. But this is the team. I'm not even showing it. But you're better than that. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Let's have a look. So this is the team that they still not on the screen, is it? No, of course it isn't. This is the system that Google had them playing. They didn't play this. They play a 4-2-3-1. With Marino, Cardona, Vega, and Foyth. I don't think Cardona and Mourinho will be playing, but Mourinho plays more as a centre-back next to Foyth normally. Now they've got Renato Vega. It'll be interesting to see if he starts in there. Obviously, they got Parejo's more of a 10. Buchanan's more of a right winger. Pepe will probably play off the left, potentially. Malero can also play in. Sorry, Parejo's a 10. Malero's the 10. And Pepe's more left winger, and Mikkel Tadze will play in the 9. But Buchanan's ridiculously fast, and I remember him playing for Canada. I remember him playing for Bruges in the Champions League a few years ago. When he wants to, he's on it, but he also has the moments of sloppiness and a little bit of a kind of just he's a good player though. Good player. I used to really rate him, but he only went for like 7-8 million euros when he left. He left Bruges and went to Inter. He did like a year at Inter and then went on loan to Villarreal and then made his move permanent more recently. So this was the performance they put in a couple of days ago where they lost 2-0. Before that, They drew with Celta Vigo. And if we look at that particular system as well, I mean, I don't know why they're saying that it's more of a 4-4-2. It isn't. It's a 4-2-3-1 in my opinion. But they mix it around. But like, we should be fine for them, guys. We should be absolutely fine. We are at home. I'm gonna have a little cheeky bet on the game. You got to watch out for Akamachi. It's a winger. Perez can come off the bench. Can't think who else. Yeremy Pino obviously left the club, didn't he? Yeremy Pino went to Palace. Was it Palace he went to or Brentford? Palace, wasn't it? He left and went to Palace. But yeah, they're very, very quick on the break, right? Like Pepe's fast. Buchanan's very fast as well. Yeah, Parejo's been around for a while, mate. He's an old gentleman. Old gentleman. Solanke's not around. Solanke's still not fit. Let's get some of the quotes up from is it here? Yeah, here we go. So Spurs Global doing the Lord's work for me here today. He says, Thomas Frank said, I believe I have a fantastic squad and we would like to go as far as possible. I think the most important thing is that it's one game at a time. Villarreal are a very good team. I've been very impressed when I've studied them, but we'll do everything we can to get a good start. It's going to be a good challenge. He also talked about the Champions League. He said it's a new experience tomorrow in many ways. We played in the Championship with Brentford at Griffin Park in a small stadium. Tomorrow we will be in one of the best stadiums in the world playing in the Champions League. Let's see how he gets on, shall we? Let's see how he gets on. Let's also take a little bit of Cuti Romero stuff, guys. Cuti Romero said on the rumours he could have moved on in the summer. He said, I'm very happy here. It's a family. It's one big family. I'm very happy since Thomas has arrived. He took a decision to extend my contract. That's interesting. I like the manager that has arrived, the way we are working together. Always things can improve. And that's what we have to do day to day. I'm very happy here. And that's the key. That's from Football on TNT. Thomas Frank also spoke about the new Europa Champions League format. He said, I think I'm in general a person who is open for different things. I saw it from the outside last year. Now I need to try and live it. For now, it looks interesting and promising. No matter the format, it's a Champions League game tomorrow, and we will do everything we can to win it. What else has he said? On his first Europa Champions League experience, he said, big thing, bigly looking forward to it. Hearing the Champions League anthem, that will be the moment. Now it's about preparing for it. I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun tomorrow night. I can't wait to get in there. I'm getting up to Tottenham very, very early indeed. Let me see if there's something here from. I wonder if Lord Sugar is updated on his suit. I know he's still coming after Mr. Jamie Redknapp. Oh dear. What are we doing it? Where's my Spurs Express? Here we go. Thomas Frank on managing the quick turnaround from Saturday's match to tomorrow. The main thing is we have guiding principles. How we want to defend. We need to know when we go man on man. High pressure, and when that needs to be tweaked. Then the same with the offensive side. How we want to break through and build up. Our opponent might press differently, so we need to change. We try to get that across with video, 11 versus 11. I'm a big believer in the right details and right amount. How can we give them that balance? Back to Romero. Obviously, Romero and Tommy the Tank were in the. That's the picture in the press conference. He's still getting the translations. Bless him. It's a bit of everything. It's about the training staff, technical staff, players, fans, people who run the club. It's about all of us. We need to push in the same direction. We know as players what the aims and objectives are this season. We need to keep going in the same direction. The people who run the club, the majority owners, Christian, the majority owners, blah man. Romero on his style of play. I think I get a bad rep. I was taught to defend like this in Argentina. I love this game. I have this inside. I don't have anything against any player I come up against. I just defend this shirt and badge. This is my style of play. It is in my blood to play like this. You wouldn't change your style of play given where I've got to in the game. Fair play. Fair play, my man. He seems happy. He seems really happy. Kolo Muani is available and ready, according to Tommy the Frank. Dominic Solanke is taking steps in the right direction, but not ready yet. Oh, let's see what Romero said about Daniel Levy's departure. I don't know what's happened, but he is a person who has been at the club for many years. We need to thank him. He brought me here. Fortunately, we could crown his reign with a trophy. I wish the very best. That's nice. That's nice. With regards to him extending his contract, he says sometimes in football, stuff that comes out in the media. I never said I wanted to leave the club. Nothing came from me in that effect. It is important what the manager and president say. I'm very happy here. It's like a family. I like the manager. I like the way we work, the way we train. Always things can improve, but I think everyone here at all levels are taking the right steps to improve. I'm very happy here. He seems very happy, guys. He seems very happy. Are you happy? I'm happy with all of that. I'm very happy with that. Romero acting like a proper captain, says Destiny. 100%. Pretty classy from Romero. Yeah, he was also asked about his boy Messi playing in the World Cup, and he said, not interested in that right now. I'm entirely focused. What's that on my lip? What is that? I don't know. Romero winning Sean over again after the summer debacle. Yeah. Yeah, I'm open-minded. But I did think in the summer he was a bit of a donut. I didn't like the way he went about it. I didn't like the fact that he had he was twerking for Spain on our own training ground. There's things in the past I haven't liked about the guy. I don't like the fact that he called out the club twice. I don't like the fact that he called out the medical team by not mentioning them in the rebuild of his body. You know, all that stuff is a little bit anti leadership, but he's maturing. He's showing he's doing everything in the right direction. He's still got that zip. He's still got that spite, and that passing ability of his is ta. It's unbelievable. Always loved Romero. Yeah. Stop pranking us. What's Simo doing? What's Simo up to? Messi to Spurs. Yeah. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Imagine that. Imagine if you got a Messi and Kane coming in January the 1st. Double bomber from Ornstein. It's not more like it was like a bloody nuclear bomb, that would be. I'd take Messi, even though he's pushing my age. I'd take him in a heartbeat. Imagine that. Imagine him in this. Imagine how much money he would sell. Imagine how many shirts he would sell. Even if it was just for like a 6-month loan deal. Sensational. Let me have my first slurp of cider for the afternoon. On this channel. I had one on the previous channel. Anyway, let's talk a little bit right though about this midfield thing. So Polina is Polina. Okay, he can't play in every game, nor does he need to play in every game. But in the big games, hopefully he's fit. He's our 6. I don't think that Bentancur's a 6. I don't think Archie Gray is ready to be a 6 yet. But he didn't even make the bench for the game on Saturday. Neither did Bissouma. There were already people that were left out of the bench because we had a jam-packed squad that not everybody could get named. Right? Not everybody could get named in the squad. And so, but then if you're going to move Xavi Simons into the 10, right? If Xavi Simons, because Xavi Simons for me, I just don't think he was good on the left, but I don't think he could get into the game. So when he did get in the game, he kind of cut in, and then you didn't have Jed Spence overlapping on the left quite enough, etc. It wasn't that chemistry immediately. It will gel in time. But you got to imagine that Xavi Simons is going to be a 10 for Tottenham eventually, right? You've got to imagine that. So then, how do you solve this conundrum, guys? And I want to ask you this, right? There's the first problem, Simo. Decky or Madders, does one of them go next summer? Yeah, I think Madders goes next summer. I think he'll go for cheap because he's a broken man. Maybe he'll go back to Leicester, if Leicester come back up. Maybe he'll go to like a West Ham or like a Brentford or someone like that. I like Maddison. I like him. I rate him. I still would have him around if he's fully fit, but he's never fit. But maybe you don't need to sell him. Maybe if he's You know, maybe if he's in and out of the team and he's not injured all the time, maybe you could just have him as the bench player and the option for when he is fit. Maybe you don't need to. But Decky, I was having a conversation the other day with Lukey, I think it was, after the game on Saturday, and I was like, how do you squeeze all these people in? It's a great headache to have, but we have got a big bloody problem. Because in the midfield three, if you've got Paulinho in the 6, which is like basically sewn up for him, and then eventually you've got Xavi in the 10, you've got one spot in the middle for the 8. And you have Pape Sarr, who's chomping at the bit to get hold of it and done nothing wrong. He's been excellent. Scored again on the weekend. Scored 2 during his international break. Scored 3 in pre-season. I think, did he score in one of the first couple of games as well? I forget. I'm not sure. But he's been absolutely sensational. Lucas Berghvall gets an assist and a header. An assist and a goal. And a brilliant goal. I did say to you guys, watch this kid emerge. His ability to read the flight of the game, the ball in the air. He's going to be an aerial monster. You got him, and you got Bentancur, and you got Bissouma, and you got Archie Gray. And people are telling me that Decky needs to become an 8 as well to make sure he can squeeze himself in. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it's lovely to have options, and they're all different players that can play in the same. They can all play in the same position. Some of them can play a little bit more advanced. Others can play a little bit more defensively. They are all capable, and I don't think there's a massive difference in the level between many of them. But how do you squeeze them all in? And people say, don't worry about it. It's great to have options. Yeah, but you do need to keep people happy. You do need to keep players happy. Bissouma will go in Jan, Destiny. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Afternoon, Daniel Field. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're okay, my man. Hope you're okay. Who would have got cut from the Champions League squad? What if everybody was fit? I think we probably were looking for a left winger. If it was because of the injury to Decky and to Maddison that forced our hand in getting a 10. But Decky's back in November, apparently. Late November, mid-December. If we can keep Xavi Simons fit, and then in January we're going to go and get that left winger that we were clearly trying to get hold of. And, Kolo Muani might be a 9 or he might be a winger. I don't know. I think he's more of a 9 personally, but we'll find out and see how he lands. Maybe we'll make that one permanent. But there's obviously room for another forward in there. But I've got to be honest, though. I'm not so much worried about the 10. I'm more worried about the 8 role. Like Bentancur, Bissouma, Gray, Sarr, and Berghvall. That is 6 midfielders that are all fighting for one spot. Yeah, even with rotation, even if you play one of them, start one of them, and then you take him off and bring on someone else in the 65th minute. Even if you do that with all 6 of them, that means that they're only going to be playing once every 3 games. I mean, it's we have actually got a bigger squad. When everyone's fit, you've got a bigger squad than you realise. Because Dragassin's coming back. Let me look at this. Let me show you this team again, right, from Tottenham from the other day. Let me get it up. Pause. Tottenham. Here we go. Share this tab instead. Is it on the screen? Nope. What are we doing here? Right, look at this, yeah? Definitely need a loan. Definitely need a loan for someone. Because look, this bench, if Decky's back, who drops off? If Decky's back, maybe you drop out. I don't even know. Odebear? If Radu Dragassin's out, if Radu Dragassin's back, who do you drop out? Ben Davies? Or Danso? Or does Dragassin just not make it in because Ben Davies has to play left back? So Ben Davies is the 4th fullback, right? So you've got 2 fullback. You'd probably drop out Radu Dragassin for Ben Davies. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're good headaches, but they are headaches that need to be figured out. We've got, and we're still trying to improve the squad. We're still trying to improve the squad, right? Dragusin, Bentancur, Mathys Tel will all have a great domestic cup campaign. Are we thinking then that Bentancur is Bentancur's second fiddle? Like, is Bentancur not the first? Because I would still say that Bentancur's first choice, right? But maybe not. Johnson, Ben Davies, and Tel could leave or loan. Odegaard would loan Ben Davies. Yeah, he wouldn't loan Ben Davies, would you? You'd just let him go out. And Kota Takai. And Kota Takai. I forgot all about him. Is there anyone else we're forgetting about, Ferrell? Is there anybody else? I'm not sure if there's other people we're forgetting about here. But Kota Takai, Radu Dragusin need spots in this in the squad. So Ben Davies is going to be second fiddle. Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson is the one who needs to be sold, if we're being honest, guys. Can get 35 million or so for him, says Don Hotspur. Big up to you, Don. I haven't seen you for a while. Yeah, I don't know. Like, for me, if I'm playing 4-2, if I'm playing 4-3-3 and one of them's a 6, I think that Bentancur's going to have to, like, I don't know, play the 6 role when Palhinha's not, like, play the deeper of the 2 when Palhinha's not there. But last season under Ange, when Bentancur played in a double pivot alongside Berghvall, and Bentancur was the deeper lying of the 2, I thought that Berghvall benefited, but I thought that Bentancur suffered from that relationship. When Bissouma came back in, I think that Bissouma was a better 6 than Bentancur in the Champions League, in the Europa League games, and I thought Bentancur profited from being able to play a little bit more advanced. I don't rate Bentancur in the rest defence at all. I think he's not touch tight to the danger man in the midfield when we have the possession, and we're in position, and then we get transitioned on. I think he's too far away in the Ange system. In the Frank system, I haven't seen him really play in that role yet, but we'll have to figure it out as we go. I don't really think that you want to see Berghvall playing deep. I think Berghvall's clearly better in the more advanced role, and the same with Pape Matar Sarr. But neither of them are really screaming 10s to me. Neither of them are. But having said that, like, what Berghvall did in the second half was just formidable. Like, not only for that brilliant long ball, Toby Alderweireld sort of type, like, dissection of their team with that lofted through ball, but also for the third goal that fell to Micky van der Ven. You know, Berghvall's a terror. He runs around. Maybe he tries a little bit too hard. In fact, I think what's his name was saying that. Thomas Frank was saying I think, I'm not sure if it was this morning I saw the quote or yesterday. He was saying that, you know, Berghvall was fantastic, phenomenal, but he's a bit too high energy. He's a bit like, he didn't say this, but I'll say it, like a bit of a Jack Russell, right? Sometimes he wants to move it all too fast. He needs to kind of slow down at times. He needs to kind of, and that will come with experience. 19 years old, by the way. The only player in Tottenham's Premier League history that has scored a goal and an assist at a younger age than him was Nicky Barmby in 1994. And I remember that game. I was there. You know, you've got to remember how young these people are. Same with Mathys Tel, by the way. Like, Mathys Tel doesn't get any of the kind of the wiggle room. It doesn't get any of the kind of, let's calm down on the slaying of Mathys Tel, right? Because he's come from Bayern Munich, so apparently, therefore, he comes with a higher expectation. Archie Gray doesn't get the same level of criticism as Mathys Tel does, but they're, you know, not dissimilar in age, and they both come with high price tags. Nicky Barmby was quality, wasn't he, Simo? Absolutely quality. 20 minutes late, you just finished watching Football Inc. We finished Football Inc. a couple of hours ago, Johnny boy. You finished Football Inc. a couple of hours ago, my man. Good day to you, Alan M. How are you, my man? Did you see our boy Ezequiel Palacios got injured on the weekend? That's not good, is it? Mathys Tel just needs a good loan spell to get game time. Problem is, all things trucking, ETS, _ETS, is if he gets loaned out, is he going to like resent Tottenham Hotspur because he's already been like he's come from Munich. When he was brought here, it was one of those like if he wants to stay, then he can stay. If not, the loan will just be a short-term thing. It was almost presented as though he's doing us a favour, sort of thing, coming to us on loan, and obviously then he liked it here, so he stayed. But ever since then, he hasn't really hit the ground running, has he? Clearly, but he's only just turned 20. You know, Berghvall's 19, Sarr's 21. We've got so much youth, but these guys are so young, so much time on their side. We've got to be a little bit patient with them. Marshall, please ask for the Atalanta away jersey for OK Jersey. Okay. See if I can put in a request for them. See what they can do, my man. Tel is great for France usually. Think he needs to get used to the Prem. Alone won't do that. Well, unless you loan him into the Premier League, you know. Where would you loan him to? Thing is, where's he going to go and play? Would he play if he went to Leeds in January? Could you send him to Leeds in January and get him some minutes? You know, they could still do with some creativity. They'd probably fall in love with him up in Leeds, wouldn't they? They're a passionate crowd. They'd let him have his minutes. Maybe you could loan him to a Premier League club and then bring him back in 6 months, hopefully a better player. He certainly doesn't look ready to me, but then at the same time, as I say, you know, I just feel like if you loan him out, like it shouldn't be that way with Harrods Tupperware, that because they come from a big brand like Bayern Munich, you pay a little bit more, there's a bit more of an ego, there's a bit more of like a kind of something that goes with it. And then on top of that, you let them out of the Europa League squad or the Champions League squad. I'm not sure. Sunderland, says Marshall. Yeah? Just be a bit more patient. I think so. Listen, I'd like to see him again. I don't know if he'll play tomorrow, though. But look, the squad is looking chock-a-block, and the squad is looking really, really impressive. It really is. Okafor is there, I think. Yeah. He's a good player as well, Okafor. Big up to you, Lukey. How are you, my man? Good to see you. Sean, see if we can get Hayward Jablome jersey from Soho FC. Where's Soho FC? Is that in America? Let's have a look. Soho FC. Oh, it's a gay football club. LGBTQ. Is that Soho in the UK or Yes. I should probably avoid that one. Avoid that conversation altogether. We're doing it. Loan him to Monaco, Lille, or Marseille to increase his value and sell him for £40 million in the summer, says Don Hotspur. To Monaco, Lille, or Marseille. Why France specifically? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, buddy. What are we saying here? Andy, no players bigger than the club. If Frank says loan, then loan. 100%. The challenge for Spurs is keeping the squad together, not buying new players or selling players, just holding on to the good players we already have. If we can get through until Christmas time without too many injuries, I think we've got a really good shot this year. I really do. I think we've been incredibly fortunate with the Champions League draw. We'll find out how that goes tomorrow. But yeah, I think I've been trolled there, haven't I? The third kit from Bayern Munich is a belt or two, is it? Sean, have you done a Champions League fantasy league? No, I haven't. I don't know. You can do that. Can you do that in the on what is it, like a different website, or can you just do it from? Can you do it from fantasyfootball.com or the PremierLeague.com? Or you have to do it separately? I haven't done that. He nearly hooked you. Not getting stuck into that sort of thing. I think he will be able to flourish out there. What, in France? Yeah, I just think he needs to play him on the left. I agree with you. Who said that? AJ Healy. I agree with you, my man. I think he needs to play a little bit more. But look, time is money at the end of the day. And if you're taking up a spot and you're not doing it, There's somebody else like Odebear. Odebear needs minutes as well, as you say there. MHTB FECSQ1. You know, 100%. SofaScore does what? SofaScore does what? I'm dreading Solomon playing against. I don't think he can he? I'm not sure if he can. I think he's on. Surely there'll be some sort of loan block, conflict block, right? You missed it by a whisker. I'm not getting sucked in. Not doing it, Nathan. Not today, my man. It's Monday. You got to be very early in the morning to catch me. Catch me snoozing, mate. You got to get up very early in the morning to catch me. He can play against us, can he? Can he, Peter? Are you sure? Let me ask Brock. Can Manor Solomon play against Tottenham or Villarreal in the Champions League? Yeah, he can. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Former Newcastle and Leicester forward Jose Perez is also with the Yellow Submarine, while Israel winger Manuel Solomon is permitted to play against his parent club. Yeah. Fascinating. He's not going to tear us inside out, though, is he? I don't think he can. I don't think he'll tear us inside out. Would you stop with this thing, please? Stop it. What are you doing to me, people? What are you doing? No, he can play in the Champions League, similar to how RK or Randall Colomwani can play against PSG. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I'd rather that scenario. I'd rather Colomwani be able to play against PSG than and Solomon play against us than both of them not being able to. You know? What are we saying tomorrow, guys? What are we saying? I'm thinking, for me, the 11 would be Vicario and goal. I think I'd like to see. Do you know what? I think Pepe, if Pepe plays on the left, he might have a field day against Pedro Porro. Whereas I don't think Buchanan's the sort of player that wants to go on the outside. So I'd be interested to know whether or not this might be a chance to see Destiny Udogie play at left back and to see Jed Spence play at right back. Because I didn't think Pedro Porro had. Cut it out, people. Cut it out. Cut it out. I'm not having this new little thing. I don't know what it means. I know what she said. You are trolls. This chat is the funniest of all the chats in the game, by the way. 8 o'clock tonight, in a few 3.5 hours' time, we've got the Spurs 5. I'm going to have to go and have a little lie down beforehand because I don't feel well. Still don't feel great. I've been feeling like shit forever. But anyway, would you agree? Should we put? Give me a 1 or a 0, right? 1 if you want to see Jed Spence on the right, and on the left, Udogie, or 0 if you think it will be as you were, Porro on the right and Spence on the left. Let me know what we're doing here. Let me know. 1 for Spence on the right, Udogie on the left. 0 for Porro on the right. Yeah, I like to see that as well. 1 inch for Udogie. I'm not so. Listen, I love Pedro Porro in certain scenarios. I love him in certain scenarios, but I genuinely think that I'd rather see. I'd like to see Jed Spence on the right for what it's worth, and also I think Pedro Porro's played like every game for Tottenham in about 3 years. So, like, give the geezer a night off, or put him on the bench, and let's see what Jed Spence can do, and then give Destiny Udogie a chance. And if we are going to play Xabi Simons off the left again, if we do to fit everybody in, then I'd like to see what Destiny Udogie can do overlapping as the more forward side and more forward of the fullbacks, and then sort of connect the dots with Xabi Simons, because I think Xabi Simons is going to drift in, which is going to leave a lot of room for the overlap. But Jed Spence isn't as good at that as Destiny Udogie is. So for me, Destiny Udogie left back, right back, Pedro Porro, centre backs. You've got to go with Romero and Van der Ven again. And then if we go 2-0 up or something, stick it into a back 3, bring on Danso, long balls, all that sort of thing. Have you guys seen how many long throw specialists there are, by the way, these days? Every team's got a long throw specialist. And Kevin Danzo's our own one. And I'd love to see him come on as well, but I don't want to see him start. I want to see Romero and Van de Ven. That partnership is too good. Like 3 clean sheets out of 4. You've got to keep it going. You can't break the relationship. So that back 4 for me. And then in the midfield, at home, I still think you want to start Pellegrini. You want to get your Champions League off to the right kind of pace, don't you? So you still start with Pellegrini. He's got the experience. He's a Champions League. There's not that many players in our team that have got too much in the way of Champions League experience. As I say, this argument that people are making that when you have Pellegrini in the team, you lose the creativity of a different player in the 8 or in the 6. It's a fine argument to make, but I think you're overlooking that you actually have other options that you can give it to, that Pellegrini can give it to, that other teams wouldn't necessarily have. Like, I'd rather Romero get the ball from Pellegrini. Pellegrini win it back. If you can't give it to Bentancur, then give it to Romero or give it to Pedro Porro if he's playing. Or you can look left and give it to Micky van der Ven, who can then break a line with it. And that does exactly the same thing with that having someone else other than Pellegrini in the 6 would do in the double pivot of winning the ball back and then having that creative outlet. We have enough creativity with the ball at our feet, in my opinion, in and around the defenders, let alone as you move forward. But I'd have Pellegrini in the 6. Let me know if you agree. And then in the 8, this is the interesting one, isn't it? Are you going to play Mathys Tel off the left, Xavi in the 10, and then say Bentancur? I think you've got to bring Bentancur back in. So I'd probably go for Pellegrini, Bentancur, and then this is it though. Like, can you drop Berghvall after that performance? If not, this is the conundrum. Bentancur's got the Champions League experience that the other 2 haven't got in the Champions League. I know Berghvall has Europa League experience, as does Pape Sarr, but neither of them have got Champions League. I don't believe they've got Champions League experience. And so if you play Bentancur, Pellegrini, and say Berghvall, then Sarr's on the bench, and you play Xavi Simons off the left, Kudus off the right, and Richalison in the 9. Or do you go Tel off the left, Xavi Simons in the 10, Kudus off the right, Richarlison in the 9, and then you've only got space for one. So then Sarr and Berghvall are both on the bench. And if that's the case, then do you pick one of those 2 ahead of Bentancur? Bentancur has to start, says Jay Sims. I agree. Berghvall's got a long. It's not quite as like sexy though, is it? It's not as bombastic as old Danzo's Super Kevin Danzo. Nah, no chance. Berghvall's is good. It's not bad. But I asked this question the other day on Football Inc. as well. Have any of you ever actually tried to do a long throw with a football? Like, go and get a full size 5 football, dry your hands, dry the ball in your shirt, and then run up on a park and see how far you can throw it. It ain't easy. It rips your stomach apart when you're leaning backwards, and it puts your back out as well. I'm sure it gets easier, but it's a bit of a skill set. Oh, of course, Mathys Tel's not in the squad, is he? Sorry, guys. Yeah, Mathys, donut of me. Donut. Shut up, Marshall. Danso one is wow. Yeah, Danso one is amazing. Yeah, about rip the nerve. Yeah, it hurts, doesn't it, when you try and do it? You feel like you've done 400 sit-ups in one go, just from one long throw. Nicholas Harrison saying Danzo should start ahead of who, mate? You can't break up the relationship that is Romero and Van der Ven. You can't do that. Super Sticker Train has commenced. Love to see it. Big up to you, Daniel Hooson. What a legend you are, my man. Thank you very much indeed, buddy. Really appreciate you from deepest, darkest Peru. Darkest Peru. Very cool, my man. Very cool indeed. What's this? What's going on here? Someone's texted me something. Oh, no, that's fine. Will Gray play since he wasn't in the squad against West Ham? Nah. Gray's going to go out on loan, mate. If we get through to January, he's not going to play enough minutes. He's not going to develop. You'll know the standing against Doncaster. You'll see Mathys Tel play in that game. You'll probably see Mathys Tel in the 9. You'll probably see Odebear on the left. You'll probably see, I don't know, Kolo Muani. see where everyone's at, right? And you'll probably see Danso, you'll probably see Ben Davies, you'll probably see a proper change, a proper shift. And that can be troublesome as well, to be entirely honest. Where is light Peru? I don't know. I don't know why Johnny calls it darkest Peru. I don't know why he calls it that, but I find it funny. I appreciate you for the super sticker there, Daniel, mate. Very nice of you. Richalison left and Moani up top or the other way round. Is this for tomorrow? I don't know if you won't see Moani start. You won't see him start. I think you'll see. This is it's such a headache, mate. Well, last season, right? I never bothered doing like pre-match shows, like predicted lineups and that, like other channels do, because I'm always like, it's obvious what the 11's going to be. It's the 11 that are fit, And if there's 13 fit, then there's 2 of them that are shambles. But just looking at that squad again, I'll show you again, right? Look at this. Just look at this. Looking at that squad, and there's players that are missing from that, and that's just the bench. Moani, Davies, Kinsky, Bentancur, Odegaard, Johnson, Udogie, Richarlison, Danso. That 11, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That 9, they're not that. There's no drop off. Like our first 11 and our bench is like this, in my opinion. I'm not saying that the whole thing can't be lifted up. Of course it can. Like, for sure you can do better than Bentancur. For sure you can do better than Davies. For sure you can do better than, Odegaard, Kinsky, whatever, Richarlison. But in terms of the standard that Tottenham have had, it's the strongest bench I've seen for years. And there's players returning to it. How does Dragusin squeeze in? And who does he replace? Ben Davies? What about Kota Takai? When is Kota Takai going to get onto a bench, let alone any minutes? Got no idea. It's a great headache, but it is a headache. You've got to keep these players happy. Arrived from deepest, darkest Peru as a stowaway on a boat. Not what we're doing it now. Ange never rotated. No, exactly, he didn't. But so the point is, I never used to do these predicted 11s because I never thought there was any point. And now that there's a point in doing them, I still don't know who I'd have. I wouldn't be surprised to see Richarlison start in the 9. I'd be surprised if Kudus wasn't starting. It's the Champions League. Every time you win, you get about 2 million quid, 1.8 million quid. Right? It's important. It's important for the 3 points. You get 3 points in your first home game, you're on track to qualify in the top 8. If you don't, you're on track to... You're probably not going to qualify in the top 8 if you lose your first home game, in all likelihood. You need to get 18 points, I think it is normally, isn't it, to get into the... But let's have a look. 24, 25, Champions League table, league phase. How did it finish? I see it here. Yeah, here we go. Bosh. So here's the league. So Liverpool got they made 101 million euros last year, and there's more money this year than there was last year. They made 101 million euros at the end of the league phase, according to Swiss Ramble. Now that includes prize money, campaign, all that stuff, but 101 million euros, and that's 21 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the top 8. So 16 points last year gets you in. So 5 wins and a draw will probably get you in. Dortmund didn't get in with 5 wins. Real Madrid didn't get in with 5 wins. Is this right? Is this the right league? Yeah, it must be. I thought Real Madrid finished really... Oh, no, it was Man City that finished. Man City just snuck in, didn't they, in the last... That's right. So how many points? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So everybody above Krasnodar Zvezda qualified. So Bologna must have qualified. Shakhtar. So 6 points. I'll make it smaller so I can count it. It's easier. Do that. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Aston Villa qualified. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 20. Oh, no, Club Brugge qualified as well. Is that right? Yeah. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How many teams are in it? 8 teams qualified, and then 9th to 24th went into the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24. Up to Sporting, and then the next 8 teams didn't qualify, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So who are these other? I can't even think. Someone correct me. I'm losing my mind here. 36 teams in the league phase. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, so the first 8 go through, the next 16 get to the, and then the 12 after that don't do it. Okay, got it. So basically, then we need at least 11 points to get into the knockout, but 16 points will get us into the into the main knockout. Interesting. Yeah. Well, we can do that, but we have to win tomorrow, and so on that basis, we need to be sitting there trying to figure out the right team. I want to see your teams in the 11 in the put your teams. All you got to do is put like 2 names. Put the first letter and the second, like the first letter of the Christian name and the first letter of the surname for each player. I'm going for Vicario. I'm going to go for Jed Spence on the right, Romero, Van der Ven, Destiny Udogie, and then I'm going for Polinia, and then Bentancur and Berghvall. And then I'll play Xavi Simons on the left because I want to see what he can do with Destiny Udogie, Richalison up top, and Kudus. Let me know your thoughts. Yeah, that's it. So, and then the final 12 that go home early. Okay. I think it's interesting the boys in the team have more European experience than Frank. And I think that will help him, but it's clear that they need him to get things right. Look at BOUR. Bournemouth. You agree with me, do you, Destiny? Big up. Little up. Little up, mate. Little up. My lineup, same as yours, but Mawani instead of Richie. Will Spurs 5 be doing any live watch-alongs, Sean? Won't be like Spurs 5 won't do watch-alongs now because watch-alongs are done usually by Sava does one on his own channel. He doesn't go to games. Johnny and Lubo go to basically every game, and I go to home games and away games I can get tickets to. Don't think Stel goes to any games. The Bournemouth game, yeah. Oh, the Bournemouth game, yeah. Yeah, we were tactically outclassed then. It will be interesting. It will be interesting about how they set up, right? Because I expect Villarreal to put in a mid-block. I think they'll put a double pivot in of Thomas Partey and Parejo, and they'll try and focus on forced interceptions. Juan Foyth will step up to break the lines. He's very good with the ball at his feet, Juan Foyth. Do you know that they've got a terrible record against English teams in the Champions League in their history? 0 wins in 14 attempts. They have got 6 draws, but they've got 8 losses and 6 draws in 14 attempts against Villarreal. So let's not hope that Dr. Tottenham turns up, eh? Van der Ven's going to need to be on his best because quick counters are what they're going to do with Buchanan and Pepe's speed. I think in 5 games, Villarreal have had. Is it? Are they 5 games or 4 games? I'm pretty sure they've got 5 games. They've had 4 fast break goals. Mikhail Tadzi will drop deep. I always say about this guy, he can drop everywhere. He's a bit of like a little wasp. He can just be everywhere and just do everything. I think he's such a great player, Mikotadze. I can't believe they allowed him to go there. I can't believe Tottenham or anyone else in the Premier League didn't look at him. I think he's so good. He'll drop deep to link with Molero. Lots of 1-2 passes. So you're going to need that 6. You're going to need Polinia to be able to figure that stuff out, to be honest, in my opinion. But there'll be a team that will sit there and do the transition on us. So we're going to have lots of possession tomorrow, in all likelihood. We're going to have lots of possession, but we're going to have to be very, very very wary of what's going to happen. Of what if we do lose the ball. Adam Phillip doubts Mawani starts. How much hair you got left, Sean? How much cider you got left, Sean? That's such a passive-aggressive emoji, isn't it? Fucking love it. Love it. It's the new emoji of the show. Yeah, fourth is our former player. Yeah, he left them on a drove. Do you know what? We signed a lot of these good players. They just weren't good for us at the time. He was too young. Villarreal play a 4-4-2 or 4-1-4-1. I think they could play as a 4-4-2-3-1 as well, mate. Depending on how they might use Mikotadze and Pepe as 2 front men, but they might use Pepe off the left and then Buchanan off the right, Mikotadze in the 9, and then someone like Molero in the who's the creative hub, and they'll link up Molero with Mikotadze, and then in the midfield they'll just use Parejo and Partey. Old school players, old school. We should be able to run it through them. To be honest, we should be able to run it through them. They've got. Don't get me wrong. Thomas Partey's obviously a danger man, isn't he, to break the ball up and everything. But they're it's like a bit of an old team there in the midfield, a bit like West Ham's were, but for different reasons. Daniel Husen saying he has to be very dangerous through the middle if he plays there. Yeah, I think he will play. He might play off the left. He drifts everywhere anyway. I'm really looking forward to seeing him. To be honest, I just hope that he has a stinker tomorrow. Why didn't we get Mikotadze? Don't know, mate. Don't know. Not sure. We should have got Mikotadze. Yeah, I think we should have done as well, Sean. I think we should have done as well. How will we defend? I think we'll be balanced, to be honest. I think we'll be a balanced line. But I think we're going to have a lot of possession. And so they're going to suck us. They're going to suck the ball, suck us out more, and then try and transition us. So you're going to need, like people like Berghvall or Pape Sarr, right? Like the way that they play, kind of, it's so enthusiastic, love to run with the ball. I would actually argue that probably Pape Sarr is probably not the right guy given the setup tomorrow, because he's a little bit more likely. He tends to give the ball away, and if you do get beaten in transition, if you do give the ball over sloppily in transition, then that's when they're going to break on you and break fast. And then you can make the argument, well, you do need Pape Sarr then to get back to help cover. He's faster and covers more ground more quickly than other midfielders, but he's also the guy that gives the ball away more than anyone else, or at least he was last season. I don't know about his stats for giveaways this season thus far, but I think you can make the argument if you get a little bit more kind of sense and sensibility in the midfield, then you're less likely to give it up. But I'm not sure. Kolo Muani will be interesting. The odds are getting staggering. What's happened there? Oh, we got Blaine. Blaine's giving away 10 Spurs Talk Show memberships. Blaine, you absolute little legend, buddy. Absolutely adore you, my man. Absolutely adore you. I was going to do the fan phoning show this afternoon, but I've just realised because we've got the Spurs 5. I was going to do it this evening, but the Spurs 5 is on. So I have to do it on Wednesday when I get back from the game. I'll do it. We'll do a post Champions League debrief with everybody. I keep saying we're going to keep putting it off, but I really enjoy doing them. And so Blaine's given you out 10. If you have received one, please say thank you to him. Absolute legend, Blaine. And obviously, I do always bring up the members' chats like I'm doing right now to anyone. Like you get priority call outs in the chat. Plus, of course, you do also get the chance to come on and tell me what a bozo I am and do this emoji. As it's apparently now the new fun thing. Should you start Berghvall, says Maze's Adventure. Of the two, I'd probably start Berghvall over Pape Sarr, but Berghvall can give the ball away as well. He's a little bit enthusiastic, isn't he? Timothy Whitaker saying, Bud, your content is the only decent one out of the 5. I think, well, Johnny's got Spurs. I mean, look, everyone's got their own stuff, mate. I appreciate you, Timothy, mate. I appreciate you saying that, buddy. But subscribe to everybody anyway, right? We're all just doing our thing. Although apparently there's someone out there. I don't know. There's some geezer called Johnny something or other, Johnny Bethnal Green. Apparently he's. Sava was telling me there's some video out there that's exposing us or something for. I think it's the same geezer who tried to expose us for monopolizing the YouTube space because we bought Henry Wright's old channel. I mean, gee whiz, that guy is like, and now he's on some conspiracy bender that apparently everyone buys their subs and buys their views and buys their comments as well. I mean, someone sent me a clip where he said, I took Sean Butler's channel and I ran it through some AI tool to decipher in my investigation whether or not he was buying all these things. And I compared it to a channel that wasn't doing that. And it turned out that the insights were the same. So my summary is that not only is Sean Butler buying likes, comments, and subscribers, but so are the other channels as well. I mean, or option A, no one's doing that, and you're just a fucking idiot who thinks that the only reason people can have more likes and views than you is because they're buying it, not because they work hard. I mean, for fuck's sake. Unbelievable. What a donut. I know he's doing something. Let me compare him to someone else who's not doing anything. Oh, they look exactly the same. Well, the only answer can be that they're doing everything. Oh, for fuck's sake. Get a life, you absolute donut. What? News of the world stuff. 100%. 100%. If he's got an issue with my giveaways, he can come see me. I'll teach him how the Irish welcome bullshit. No, he probably thinks that you're a paid bot or something, Blaine. He probably thinks you're a paid bot because, can't be legit. Nothing can be legit because, I haven't got a lot of subscribers, therefore no one else can have them either. Fuck off. I mean, Jesus Christ. Colombo, exactly. Colombo. Yeah, what a donut. Fucking hell. Anyway, so back to the game. So what's your score prediction? Shove your score prediction in. I'm going to say 2-0 Tottenham. 2-0 Tottenham. I think 2-0, but I don't think it'll be an easy game. But I think we have to be very, very, very careful on the transition. And that's why I think we have to expect a tough afternoon for the midfield. And I think Thomas Partey is going to be a bit of a he's just a problem, isn't he, Thomas Partey? Right? He's a problem for many different people. But he's a problem for midfielders generally. So I'm a bot, yeah. I'm a bot. What are we then here? 1-0, 2-0. Let's get to the top here. Let's get to the top. Where did I get to? I think we're playing a 5-3. You think we're going to a 5-3-2, Daniel? Okay. Interesting. We might do. I think we might pivot to that in the second half if we're comfortable. I mean, to be fair, we are AI, half of us. Frank Thomas is Thomas Frank's AI son. They're up to you, James. What are you saying? Bippy is saying Bippy. Bip, bip, bip. Definitely AI. 2-1 to Tottenham. Nick Lazy 8 says, wasn't that geezer on one of your first conspiracy shows? No, I don't think so. I don't know him. I don't know him at all. But he talks about me pretty much on every one of his shows. Apparently, I don't. I haven't got time to sit there and watch other content that much. I really don't. But listen, I'll always tell everyone, go and subscribe to everybody, and I always try and redirect people. If I'm subscribed to people and I see it before I check out, I will refresh my YouTube tab and I'll see if there's any one of the channels that I'm on that I subscribe to that are streaming, and if they are, I'll redirect you over to that. And I would redirect to his as well if I saw he was live. It's harmless, isn't it? You should be redirecting to people, because that's the game, isn't it? But this notion that he thinks that the algorithm is unfair or something because little channels don't get noticed. How do you think that this channel became bigger? I used to go, like, when I remember Sim from We Are Tottenham TV telling me when I was first starting out and I had like 200 subs. And he said, I said, I'm going live at 1 o'clock or something. And he said, I wouldn't. We're going live at 1 o'clock. I was like, okay, why? Why are you saying don't? He said, because obviously we'll cannibalize your views. I was like, I don't care. I don't care. My first like 4 or 5 live streams I ever did, I was talking to nobody. You can see how many people are watching. I can see here on top of my screen that 500 people are watching right now. I remember doing my first shows by myself and there was 0 watching. I was talking to myself. I do that anywhere in the shower and shit, but like, it's just part of the game. Part of the game. The algorithm will show you to people eventually. You just got to keep working at it. Like, these people are just like, they want everything for nothing. They want the visibility without putting in the. He doesn't even talk about Tottenham, by the way. All he ever does is make commentary about or content about other content creators. Same with that Hotspur hippie donut. You know, try a different content strategy. It might just work. Burks. 2-1 says Macy's Adventure. Marco Haume. 4-1. Nice. Adam Phillip. There's always one, isn't there, mate? What are we doing here? 2-1 Villarreal. Come on, Adam. You're better than that, mate. Start the Champions League, lad. Start the Champions League. What are we doing here? Swim Master. 1-0. Big up to you. Madsy, 4-1. Everyone thinks we're going to concede. Everyone thinks we're going to concede. Apart from Swim. Everyone thinks we're going to concede apart from Swim and James. Big up to you, James. Jonathan Grant thinks we've got a clean sheet. Daniel Peters, tight 2-1. Sorry, thought you meant how many pints before the game. I'm going to drive tomorrow, James. I've decided, mate. I'm going to drive up, mate. I can't handle the hangovers that I'd give myself if I drink all night. It ruins the next 2 or 3 days. So I'm going to be a good boy and drive. Doesn't mean I'll have a beer with you because I'll get up there early and by the end of the night I'll be sober. But I'm not going to drink. No chance. Bantry Coys with a super sticker. Big up to you, Bantry. Thank you very much indeed, my man. Choo to you. Choo to you, my man. And also Spurs OC as well. Still need to know, Spurs OC, are you in the Orange County or is that just your name, Spurs OC? Is there something else going on there? Let me know. Always saying this, I want to see early goals and subs on the hour ready for Brighton coming. You've got Brighton next, and Brighton look really good. Even though they lost to Bournemouth, who again look very good. Bournemouth do look very good. But Brighton have got that balance. I spoke about it before, right? Like, I want Tottenham to have 2 wingers that are just direct take-on wingers on the right and on the left, and that they can cut in easily. And Brighton have got that, right? Brighton have got Minter on the right, and they've got Mitoma on the left. And it creates mayhem because they're equal value, whichever side they go down. That's what I want Tottenham to have. Kudus on the right, someone like Savio, someone like a Lookman, or I want to find out what is going on with Ademola Lookman because it doesn't make any sense to me why he's been, not only did they not get rid of him, but also the fact that no one came in for him, despite his agent shipping him around, and now he's been dropped from Atalanta's squad as well. There must be something more to it than just, horses for courses or like a mismatch or whatever. He must not get on with managers, and that must be a problem. And you know what? We had an issue with a personality donut in Ndombele. If Lookman is a donut, then I don't want him either. But he's a player. He's a baller. Andy says 3-1. So everyone thinks we're going to concede. We probably will. 2-1, Blaine. Spurs, I actually think we will fall behind, then rock up for a second half masterclass. You know what? I don't know. I just think we're so organised defensively. I really do. I know the Bournemouth game we were sloppy and asleep, but Pepe and certainly Buchanan's not like a tricky player. He's just fucking fast, like an Anthony Elanga type, But yeah, we'll find out, won't we? We'll find out, I guess. Who's big up to you, Daniel. He says 3-1. Alan Priest is saying 3-1. Polinia should take care of Party. Yeah, I'd like that, Archer. That'd be cool. Destiny 5. 3-0. Big up to you. Sean, don't say his name. Don't say whose name? Who? Beetlejuice. What are you talking about? 2-0, Ricky. 2-0 Richie and Brennan Johnson. Is Brennan Johnson going to start tomorrow? Like, I don't even consider Brennan Johnson as part of my starting 11 anymore. You know, we've got enough options. We've got options. We have options, and it's great to see. Big up to you, Timothy Whitaker. Tim Hibbs, 2-1 or 3-1. You don't have either, mate. You got to pick one. That's the game. 3-0, says Sean. Big up to you, Shawnee. Popular take from Sam is me as well. Feral Feet says, we shall not concede. We shall keep a clean sheet. 3-0. Love that. Daniel Kapow, those Danso long throws are going to be vital. Yeah, I'd like to see him get some minutes as well. Everyone's inputting in there. 2-0. Archer, you've just changed your scoreline, haven't you? Didn't you say 3-0 a minute ago? What's the name of that fella's channel, Sean? I don't know. Johnny something? Johnny Bethnal Green or something? I don't know, mate, to be honest. I've only ever seen clips of it. I don't watch it. I haven't got time. I literally haven't got time. You know, with Football Inc., Spurs 5, this, a couple other businesses I'm doing that as well. I don't have much time to watch too much content anymore. 4-0, says New Mexico Hotspur. Are you in New Mexico? I guess you would be. Because, by the way, I'm thinking about doing a cycle across America. Did I tell you this yesterday? I'm thinking about doing the southern next September. I don't want to commit to it yet, but I'm very much thinking about it. Cycling from San Diego to Florida or vice versa between September and December across all of the southern states, and along the way stopping off at all of the different Tottenham supporters clubs in New Orleans and Alabama and Florida and Texas and all that shit, and taking in the games at the various pubs and trying to lose a bit of weight at the same time. In spandex, Destiny, yeah. I might just wear that black away kit, mate. You know, that's basically spandex when it's put around my fat frame. Yeah, it'd be good to do it for charity or something, wouldn't it? A Bible Belt tour, yeah. It'd be good to do it for charity. Meet some of the fan zone, the fan club things around America, and then try and take in. Yeah, come to Georgia. Appreciate you, mate. Appreciate you, buddy. Good to see you, Nathan. Yeah, it'd be good fun. I'm doing the cycling bit now. It's great fun. Yeah, I bought a Peloton like 4 years ago. Used it for about 10 minutes, and then it's been a clothes horse ever since, basically. I think it's about 3,500 miles or something to do the southern one, or like 5,000 miles or something to do the middle of the country. So I'd do it over like, a year and a half. Do like 10 miles a day, and then stop off and have a couple of burgers and a couple of beers every Tottenham pub, But I've got a bit of training to do. You're in Knoxville, are you? Tennessee. Wow, Fareed. That'd be cool, man. Knoxville's awesome. Thinking about doing it. Might be doing it with Sava as well. So we'll keep a lookout on that for that maybe little bit of a collab. Long way to what's that? San Diego to Florida. The meth lovers ramble. Will you be armed? The meth lovers ramble. Rakdos, San Diego a meth hub, is it? So I thought San Diego was one of the more wealthy areas of America. On your bike, Bantry, on your bike. Right, guys, listen. All the gear, but no idea, mate. 100%. I am. Listen, you know how it works, though, right? When you put on a few pounds over Christmas, and you've like put a bit of weight on, and people go, "Cool, you had a good Christmas." Well, I had a really, really good COVID, and it hasn't really stopped. Like pre-COVID, I was like 15 stone, and I got up my worst. I got up to 20 stone. I put on 5 stone, which in American money is like 28, 50, about 70 pounds, give or take. And I lost a little bit of it, and now I put a little bit back on again. But I need to get on the bike. I need to lose some weight, Get an electric bike as well. Yeah, get one of those e-scooters. all the way across the southern peninsula. Yeah, it'd be good fun. When you are doing that, get on to me, Shawnee, and I will put you in touch with the US supporter clubs. Oh, perfect, mate. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it'd be good fun. Be next year. Be 2026. Yeah, about this time next year. So if we do it, I don't want to write any checks that my Peloton can't cash. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. I just wanted to come on and talk to you for a little while. I'm going to say 2-0 to Tottenham, another clean sheet, but it's going to be an interesting day, and I'm going to be up early up there tomorrow with James from Spurs Related. We might do a little bit of a live stream from the streets or just bang out loads of content and stuff. It'll be a content-heavy day. I love you all. You and Drew sat together doing accents, yeah. I think Drew wants to come and join me at some point. Appreciate you all, guys. Appreciate you all. It's the World Cup year as well. Yeah, just after the post-World Cup, yeah. So love you all, guys, and I will see you on the Spurs 5 in a couple of hours. Is there anyone, actually, let me see if there's anyone I can redirect to, because, you know, that's what we do, isn't it, when we monopolize things. Let's have a look. See, anyone online right now? Anybody live? Anybody live? Nope. No one live. Love you all, guys. I'll leave you there. I'll see you later on at the Spurs 5 at 8 o'clock. Go over to OK Jersey and smash a 5-star on the audio podcast if you get the chance. I'll see you later on. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always...